All right, folks, welcome to a Ram Radio special interview. I believe that's what we're calling it. We're here with the coach of the ASU Handball team, and are you the assistant coach?
Yeah, assistant
coach.
We're
here with the coach and the assistant coach of the ASU Handball team, and you guys have some stuff coming up. We're going to talk about that, but first, for those of our viewers who are not enlightened as to the sport of handball, would you like to talk about, like, sort of what handball is, how you play it, a little bit? Oh, I should introduce you. I completely forgot to do that. This is Diarmuid, you're the head coach?
Correct, yeah.
And this is Aiofe, you're the assistant?
Yeah, I'm the volunteer assistant coach.
Volunteer assistant? Do you teach here as well?
Yeah, I'm an adjunct professor in the kinesiology department as well.
Oh, kinesiology.
Yeah.
I'll ask you about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we'll circle back to that. Handball. So, as a sport, my understanding of handball is that it's kind of like extreme racquetball. It's like racquetball for people who like to live dangerously. Is that true?
Could be. That's an interesting way of capturing it, but yeah, it's played in the same court as a racquetball court. Handball court is interchangeable, so I think handball was in existence a little before racquetball.
I'd imagine.
Yeah, maybe.
Usually the stuff with just the hands or the feet comes before the stuff with the implement.
Yes, so handball has been played for a long time, but same rules as racquetball for those who don't know handball and might know racquetball. Same rules as racquetball, and you just don't have the racket. Okay. So you must be able to use your left hand and your right hand.
Yeah, that's tough. I play a little bit of tennis, and I can't hit the ball with my left hand at all. So, like, what kind of ball do you play with? Because I know that stuff gets, like, fast, and I've caught a baseball with my bare hand, and that hurt, like, a lot. So do you have, like, the hands of stone? Do you like hands made of concrete?
No, so like, well, for handball, like you wear like a leather glove on your hand.
Okay.
And you wear like eye guards, obviously, to protect your eye. So the ball is like about the size of like a golf ball.
Oh.
I would put it like around that size, maybe like a tiny bit bigger. And it's
So is it like between a golf ball and a tennis ball?
No, it'd be more like a golf ball
like close
size.
To a golf ball?
And so there's like two different balls. So there's a women's ball for the female players at the collegiate level, and then there's like a men's ball for the male players. So that one's a little bit harder and quite fast. Like it's a really, really fast-paced sport. But yeah, I suppose asking about the hands, you have the glove to protect your hands.
Like on both your hands?
On both your hands.
I can't imagine they'd baseball you and make you use one bare hand.
No, on both your hands. You're going to need both your hands, as Diarmuid was saying. So yeah.
So we have like a collegiate handball team. Like we compete in the NCAA with that. When do you guys play your matches?
So the handball, so it's more kind of, we're a competitive club sport on campus.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
It's it doesn't fall under NCAA now, unfortunately, but it's we're kind of similar, say, to the rodeo shotgun sports.
Yeah.
And then our season for handball runs, it's actually year round. So we compete in about 4 to 5 tournaments in the fall, and 4 or 5 again in the spring. The spring, you're kind of getting to the peak of the season though. So the collegiate nationals is each February. So
if someone wanted to like participate or like sort of come to one of y'all's matches, do they just show up to your practices? Is there like a form you'd have to fill out, or is it kind of like an intramural where you just show up and participate?
Yeah, so I guess like anyone who's interested, they can show up to practice. Like Diarmuid and I will be there, and then a lot of times if people are interested in tournaments, obviously there's paperwork they fill out to be part of the club, and then they can just attend the tournaments. And like the one great thing about handball is like there's a grade for like all players, so you would start at like the novice grade, then you would work your way up to the open grade, so you can compete with your own level at tournaments. So that's one like the really good things about handball.
That's fabulous. So is there like age brackets as well?
There's not age brackets at the collegiate level, but there is age brackets like for handball outside of collegiate level. Yeah.
Well, I was just imagining sort of similar sports, like other court sports, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine playing against someone who's like 30 years older than me.
Yeah.
Or wanting to play against someone who's 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Both of those sound like a nightmare.
But like it's funny, like in tournaments, our players, say if someone, for example, in the men's B, like they're open tournaments, so you could have a 50, 60, 7-year-old man playing the men's B, and our college students might, play against them in some of those ones. Obviously not our national collegiate tournament, but just the local ones that we travel to just to get some practice games in.
So like, how popular of a sport? Like, do you guys have to travel? What I'm asking is, do you guys have to travel very far to like get to tournaments or like local stuff, or is it here in San Angelo? I mean, obviously, except for your club, you play matches against your other teams, presumably here all the time for practice. But like, do you guys have to travel a lot, like into bigger cities in Texas, or can you kind of stay out west for a little bit of it?
So for us in the handball, Texas wouldn't be a stronghold, let's say, in handball terms. You know, it's not widespread. It's in all the cities, of course. But in West Texas terms, then there's groups up in Midland, Odessa, and a bit up in Lubbock as well. But kind of who we play with most is the A&M teams. Down at College Station there, and we'll actually be going there this weekend now.
Oh, that's fabulous.
And UT Austin, they're kind of our main competitors here in Texas. But so for tournaments, we actually, to answer that question, we're usually travelling. And I think we might be talking about a little bit later about our courts here being renovated. So we can talk about that later. But we haven't been having any tournaments here in recent years. But in the near future, we're going to welcome them to West Texas, yes.
Yeah, obviously you'd like to have them here. So, like, this is out of the blue, and I understand if you don't know the answer off the top off of your head. How, like, what's the furthest you've gone for a tournament? Like, have you've been, like, New York, like the East Coast, or out in California?
Yeah, so with the students, if we go on that side first, the Collegiate Nationals is each year, and that rotates around the country. So in the last, since we've been here now, since 2023, we've brought the team to Missouri, Minnesota, and Portland, Oregon.
Oh, Portland's like a 12-hour flight.
Yeah, it was
that's a rough one, yeah.
Yeah. But we travel quite far for those tournaments, but majority of the tournaments then are within Texas cities there. And then each February we'll usually be going out of state for
go to nationals.
Yeah.
That sounds fabulous. So we're gonna get back to some of like what you do at the university in a minute. I want to talk about like your personal background. So like, what is it that sort of brought you to coaching? Like what was it? Did you just wake up one day and go, I want to coach handball? Or did you kind of have to come to it?
So in Ireland, I think there's a little bit of a cultural thing to it as well. In Ireland, where we're from, our biggest national sports are all amateur sports. Therefore, most of the coaches, except for the top teams, they're not paid, and everyone's volunteer. So you kind of grew up in Ireland playing these sports, handball being one of them as well. And you kind of understand that someone volunteered and helped you one time, so you'll give back eventually. So we've been kind of coaching since we're teenagers. You'd nearly be helping out in the club in kind of a smaller role, helping with the youngest kids, the 7 and 8 year olds, and it kind of developed from there. Then we were in university, and we met Dr. Simpson. He was the founder of the ASU Handball Club in 2008.
Oh wow!
That's when they kind of started the handball side of things, 2008, 2009 time. And we met him at the Collegiate Nationals, and that's kind of how we got as far as Angelo State. So
did you met him at, were you going to another university and you met him at Nationals and came here?
Yes, so we were like in university back home in Ireland.
Okay.
And we were competing in the US Collegiate Nationals, so a lot of Irish players come over every year. And it was both Diarmuid and I, our last year competing for our university in Ireland, and we met Dr. Simpson, and we just got talking to him, and he like told us they were looking for new coaches at ASU, and we just kind of considered it, and then in the end we ended up just nearly like just taking a leap of faith and just coming here. And
well, that's some of the best stuff in life, is just when you decide, man, screw it, I'm gonna go do that. That sounds cool.
So that was basically it.
You also you're an adjunct at kinesiology. Is that the degree you had, like, from your university back in Ireland?
So my undergraduate degree from Ireland is in elementary school teaching.
Okay.
So a little bit different, but I really enjoyed that. I did that for 1 year before I moved here to start grad school. And then my graduate degree is in coaching sport, recreation fitness. So I guess the kinesiology job is a little bit new for me, but I'm enjoying it. So.
Well, I know Dr. McCabe in kinesiology.
Yeah.
She's a fabulous woman. I love Dr. McCabe.
Yeah.
So that's like my connection to there. But so what was like, I try to ask this to we interview a lot of international students. Obviously we have a large Korean population and a lot of South Asians here at ASU. What was your guys' like reaction to San Angelo?
I guess like, because we came into it so like blindfolded, I didn't know what to expect. Like we just like came here, and it was like, I don't know, a lot different than I expected. I guess like a huge cultural shock. And I know for me personally at the start, I guess I really didn't like it. When was like, oh, why have I come here? Like, what have I done?
Yeah.
Like, but then I guess like you spend time here, and like we've met some really great people, and yeah, like it's kind of a small town kind of vibe and stuff. So yeah.
Honestly, I think San Angelo, I'm a little biased. My family's from around here. But San Angelo is kind of that, it sits right in like the middle zone of tiny town with like 400 people in it and like giant city. So right, San Angelo is right in the middle. It's about, well, San Angelo is quite literally on a line of latitude in the dead middle of America. But it's about as American as America gets in a lot of ways, because it's small enough where you can conceivably run into people you know at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And it's big enough to have like stuff in it. Like we have 2 Walmarts and 2 H-E-Bs.
Yeah.
The town I'm from doesn't have a Walmart or an H-E-B. But it's, I always like asking people that, because it like the expectations you have for something I'm so familiar with is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier y'all are renovating your handball courts. What needed to be done to them? Like what about them needed to be renovated?
So where we practice, they're the 4 handball courts that we have on campus. They're within the CHP, the Ben Kelly Centre for Human Performance. So that's where we practice and whatnot. But I think that building, I'm not sure when it was built or not, but it was built a few decades ago, I think, at this stage. And I don't know. I think the handball courts just need a bit of renovating, you know. So
well, that building was here when my dad went here in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like in the same footprint. So it's got some age showing.
Yeah, I think it might have had a few years even before that. I think them courts were built, but so the courts themselves, you know, the floors. To answer that question, the floors needed to be replaced. Very slippery. The floors were
they hardwood.
New. Hardwood, yeah,
okay,
maple kind of wood is usually very similar to a basketball court.
Yeah,
that kind of timber. So new floors gone in. The front walls, which are it's concrete structure now, so there was some repair done on that. Then the new lights put in, painted, AC.
Y'all didn't have AC?
There was, but it was kind of down, we'll say.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't very good.
Yeah, so I remember the first time we arrived out here, because it doesn't get too hot in Ireland, you know. And it was 100+ Fahrenheit, and that was something new we'd never experienced that before, you know. But 100 outside is one thing, but when it's about 100, I'd say I wish I'd I took that temperature that time in the court, because I'd say it was close to 100 inside, and I remember that was one of the shortest handball sessions I've ever done, you know.
When like the air gets thick and you can't breathe.
Oh, just super hot in there, you know, no movement of air. But so new AC, and then in terms for the spectators and stuff, there used to be kind of a chain link upstairs in the viewing area, so that's been removed, and they're putting in a glass railing there, and then to access it, so the handball, it's 4 concrete walls now, and there used to be a little timber door and a step into the court, so we've cut out the step and made them ADA approved
that's
size
fabulous.
doors, and they're going to be a glass door, so
you can like see through them,
see through the door at the bottom, and you know, more accessible now as well.
Well, that's fabulous.
I
didn't even think about does Ireland get to like 40 Celsius? I don't think it does.
No, 33 has been the hottest ever recorded in Ireland, and it's about 130 or 40 years ago since we hit that temperature. Rarely over 30 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, maybe mid-80s or low 80s.
It's like a little under triple, so like low 30s is like high 80s Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Right?
That's very rare.
So even to get like in the mid-70s and
it's
Fahrenheit,
warm.
we wouldn't even
That's
get
hot.
that much. Like that would be a really nice day at home.
That's like blowing my mind a little bit, because it was 117 here with 100% humidity a couple summers ago, and I walked out in that, and it's like I walked through like a shower.
Yeah, it's different.
That's like blowing, but like anyway, the handball recommendations, I just squirreled off on temperature for 5 minutes. So you guys, are you hoping these renovations kind of bring more like attention, bring more people to be involved?
Yeah, that's the aim of them. You know, of course, just to upgrade the facility for us using ourselves, and for everybody else on campus that use them courts for other amenities as well. But it'll allow us now to have tournaments here, host tournaments here, and bring in the other schools to us. So save us a weekend travelling, and also get to play here on campus is nice. You know, it's great.
I mentioned that's kind of like a prestige thing, probably in the community too, is being able to have tournaments here. And being able to have people like in that kind of circles know about our program.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that's big for y'all. So are you guys having like an opening event or like a ribbon cutting or anything for the new courts at all?
The date on that's not finalised.
Okay.
Because we're kind of under repair still, you
Yeah,
know, and
it's
with renovations stuff
yeah.
can go a few weeks here or there, you know, if you unexpected hurdle along the way. But we are kind of hoping, penciled in now, sometime maybe in June we might have a bit of a ribbon cut, and if not, if something happens with the renovations that delay it, we will have one maybe later in the summer, maybe early fall.
Okay, but the court, you're pretty certain the courts will be open by next semester, hopefully?
Yeah, we're the aim at the minute on the current trajectory is to be completed by about mid-May.
Mid-May.
So,
okay.
But that, of course,
obviously that can change.
But it's flexible. But yeah, definitely by the fall semester, that facility
will be open and functioning, and you'll all be in there.
Open. Yeah.
All in there all the time, I'm sure.
Living in there.
Yeah, quite a lot.
So, do you guys have anything you want to kind of like leave us off with? Any like final thoughts, like call to action? When's your next practice? That's a good one. Like, when's your next practice if people want to show up and have fun and play some handball? When can they show up to your practice?
Well, I guess right now with the course being under construction, we do have kind of a makeshift one-wall court at the tennis courts.
The big concrete wall.
Yes, so like we can get together down there. Usually, like our training practices are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 to 8. So that's
6 to 8?
Yeah, 6 to 8 is our usual time.
Okay.
So you'll find us probably floating around the CHP.
Yeah. Just kind of existing in there.
Yes.
Well, I think if anyone ever wants to find out more about as well, look, they can always email me at diarmuid.mulkerrins@angelo.edu, or we have the social media pages. I think Instagram might be the best one for most students. Go with Angelo State Handball.
Just Angelo State Handball?
At Angelo State Handball. So just message that page there or whatnot, and
shoot a DM,
and someone will get back to them. But I think kind of for handball, if someone was wondering, look, this is listening today and saying, what handball, like, you know,
sounds cool,
and I want to try that, something I can do on campus, it's kind of an open door. You can always come and try it, and if you love it, stay at it. If it's not for you, you can move on and try one of the other sports. You know, it's important to get involved with the organisations on campus and to meet people and whatnot. But other ways of kind of starting it was another good way a lot of students come through is the handball PA classes. So they're a 1 credit physical activity class. So you get that credit. It's one semester long, twice a week. You either do the Monday, Wednesday. They're typically at noon, or the Tuesday, Thursday from 12:30 to 1:20. And they're a good option to kind of get a feel for handball, get a credit for it also. And at the minute, actually, them classes are being reimbursed with funds we have there from our donor to help encourage students to remove the financial barrier of taking a class. So they'll get reimbursed at the end of the semester, assuming they pass the class, which... I mean, it's a attend, and you should.
It's a PA class. Show up and play the sport, and you'll pass.
Yeah, that's how that works. So if you're not reimbursed, it's it's because you weren't there. But that rarely happen. Everyone shows up usually and enjoys it. It's a bit of fun. Twice a week, show up, play a sport with other students.
You have to be kind of dumb to not show up and play sports for an hour twice a week. Like I do that already. Like not handball, but others. I do that already.
And that's kind of the PA classes. You know, they're great because they're not just for kinesiology, exercise science students. They must take 4 PA classes during their degree, or may change depending on what program you're. Other programs for agriculture, other departments, not necessarily. They don't need to take the PA classes, but they are a 1 credit class that is available to them, regardless of your major. You can take it, and so it is open to all students.
Well, I know in my particular degree, at the end of this semester, I'm going to have 119 credits, and I need 1 to graduate. And if I wasn't going to Europe over the summer, I probably would have taken a phys ed class this semester. So obviously, please take advantage of y'all's resources. Please go and play handball. Get credits for it if you want. It sounds fabulous. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We always love talking to faculty, staff of any kind, but particularly faculty staff with like cool stories, interesting backgrounds, and who do something non-traditionally academic, right? Like I can talk to a million math professors, or I can talk to the two of you and have a different conversation every time. So thank you guys so much for coming in. We appreciate your time. That's going to be it.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks
very much.
Yes, of course.